The night before the wedding, Vincent's adopted sister came to see me. I'm pregnant, and the child is my brother's. Sister Evelyn, please help us. In the pouring rain, she suddenly knelt down, and my vision slowly blurred. Early the next morning. At the wedding hall, Vincent, who was late, sent a text message. Let's postpone today's wedding, I don't have time. Serena got caught in the rain last night, I need to take care of her in the hospital. Without waiting for my reply, a few minutes later, he sent another voice message. I was drunk that night and mistook Serena for you. Evelyn, after all, the child is innocent. Once Serena gives birth, I will send her abroad, and the child will be raised by you. Rest assured, you will always be my only wife. I looked at the screen and smiled with relief, then blocked and deleted. Wiped my eyes that had been swollen and read all night. Opened the 99 missed calls from last night and called back. I'm planning to change the groom for today's wedding. Ethan, are you coming? Until the wedding was over, Ethan held my hand with a dazed expression. He tightly clenched the diamond ring on his ring finger. Evelyn, pinch me quickly, I'm really not dreaming, am I? His confused expression made me smile, and the sadness faded quite a bit. Anyway, we haven't gotten the marriage certificate yet. If you're regretting it now, it's still not too late. Evelyn, what do you take me for? Hearing me say this, Ethan immediately became anxious, the corners of his eyes red. Let's go, we'll go to the Civil Affairs Bureau right now. Evelyn, I've been your dog for 11 years, and this time, even if I'm just a backup, I'll accept it. After getting the marriage certificate, I left the Civil Affairs Bureau. I repeatedly assured Ethan that once I got home and packed my things, I would come to find him immediately. With Ethan's reluctant gaze, I withdrew my hand from his palm. Walking down the street, I thought about everything that had happened in the past 3 days. My eyes involuntarily grew a bit sore. I forced down the pain in my heart. Unintentionally, I glanced toward the mother and baby store across the street, and my heart suddenly trembled. Vincent, who once told me he disliked showing off in public, was now gently and attentively by Serena's side. The two looked intimate, as if they were a real married couple. Vincent showed no sign of annoyance towards the salespeople who surrounded him in a circle to pitch maternal and infant products. Instead, he listened to each one attentively. I couldn't help but smile bitterly. 4 years of university, plus living together. When has Vincent ever gone out alone with me? Staggering forward with stiff steps in a daze. I don't know how long it took before I returned to this small home where Vincent and I once lived together. Opening the door. Seeing the sudden increase of many servants in the living room, I was stunned. A timid voice came from beside me. Sister Evelyn, you're back? Please don't misunderstand. Serena gently touched her swollen belly, her voice weak. It's because I keep getting sick, and my brother was worried about me being alone in the hospital while carrying the baby, so he brought me here to take care of me personally. Oh, right. Serena seemed to suddenly remember something, her big eyes sparkling. Even these servants were specially hired by my brother because he was afraid I wouldn't be used to staying here. Sister Evelyn, please don't mind. My gaze fell on the various luxury brand packages of different sizes behind her. After graduating from university, Vincent and I were both busy with work. Time flew by. I actually forgot when was the last time Vincent gave me a gift. Seeing that I didn't respond, Serena's tears slowly welled up in her eyes. Sister Evelyn, I know you don't like me, but I really didn't mean to disturb you and brother's private time. If you mind, I'll leave right away. Serena's movement to get up was stopped by someone. Vincent came out of the bedroom, his deep gaze looking at me, his tone as casual as if he had just gone out for a simple meal. It was me who let Serena stay at home, Evelyn. It's not convenient for her to be out alone with a big belly. You usually work hard managing the household chores at home. Now that Serena is here, Evelyn, I've hired more servants, not just to take care of Serena, but also for you. I want you to take a break too. I couldn't help but smile at the thoughtfulness in Vincent's words. After 6 years of living together, I'd been busy with work while also making time to take care of this home. Even if I worked late every day, I would drag my tired body to prepare 3 meals a day for Vincent overnight. At that time, why had he never thought of hiring a nanny for me? To let me take a break? He noticed the sarcasm in my eyes. Vincent frowned slightly. He slightly pulled me into the cubicle and closed the door. Evelyn, what happened with Serena was my fault, but it has already happened. We are all adults, and I can't not take responsibility for the child in her belly. After all, it is a life. He helplessly rubbed the space between his eyebrows. I promise you, the wedding postponement is only temporary. As soon as Serena's child is born, I will immediately send her away and hold a grander wedding to make it up to you. Our life will get back on track. Evelyn, I swear, you are the only one in my heart. We've been together for years, please don't treat me like this, okay? Looking into Vincent's eyes full of deep affection. I didn't show the slightest emotion, getting your own sister pregnant before the wedding? Vincent, is this how you love me? Evelyn, I told you, this was just an accident. My mocking words struck a nerve. Vincent's eyes darkened, about to say something more. Suddenly, a scream came from outside the room. Vincent's expression changed immediately. He pushed me away forcefully and hurried out the door. My back hit the door frame, and I gasped in pain. When I came out and saw what Serena had done, my eyes instantly filled with tears. Serena? Who told you to touch my things? The wall in the living room, where my parents' portraits used to hang, was now empty. Serena was stepping on the broken glass of the photo frame, shrinking back behind Vincent. Sister Evelyn, I really didn't mean to. I just thought there was too much dust on the frame, and I was worried it might be bad for the baby in my belly, so I wanted to get up and wipe it. I didn't expect it to be so fragile. Tears streamed down Serena's face in big drops. Evelyn, I really didn't mean to. My heart was almost breaking apart. This was the only photo left to me by my parents when they were alive. Now, everything has been ruined by Serena. My body trembled as I was about to slap Serena. My wrist was grabbed. Vincent sighed, it's just a photo, if it breaks, it breaks. Serena meant well originally. Evelyn, you shouldn't have hung the frame in such a dangerous spot in the living room. What if it accidentally falls later and hits Serena? Why do you have to get so angry? Serena is still pregnant. If you're not satisfied, I can accompany you more often to pay respects at our parents' graves. Would that be enough? Every word Vincent said was in defense of Serena. I couldn't help but recall 6 years ago when our parents died in a car accident overnight. At that time, I was completely lost and didn't even have the courage to continue living. It was Vincent who hung my parents' photo in the living room and suddenly knelt down before me. Father-in-law, mother-in-law, Vincent, will take good care of Evelyn for the rest of my life. I will love only her and never betray her. You can rest in peace in heaven. But now, it was also him who said, it's just a broken photo frame, so be it. A tear unknowingly fell from the corner of my eye. I was just about to wipe it away with my hand when Vincent helplessly handed me a tissue. Evelyn, Serena is young and naive. There might be some misunderstandings between you two, but you'll get along better with more time. The servant has already prepared the meal. Here, I'll feed you myself. Before I could refuse, Vincent had already pressed on my shoulder and sat down at the dining table. A full chopstick of spicy dish fell into my rice bowl. Serena stuck out her tongue innocently. Sorry, Sister Evelyn, I'm pregnant and love spicy food the most, so I can only trouble you to eat spicy food with me. I frowned as the spicy aroma flooded my nostrils. Vincent handed me chopsticks without giving me a chance to refuse. Evelyn, don't be stubborn. After this meal, the conflict between you and Serena will be over. Don't let Serena's feelings go to waste, okay? My hands trembled. Vincent knew very well that I had a stomach condition. After the meal, I rushed into the bathroom and vomited violently into the toilet. Wait until the food in my stomach is basically emptied. I endured the burning stomach pain. Opened the master bedroom door. Saw the completely renewed furnishings inside, took a deep breath. Vincent appeared behind me at some unknown time. The tone remained calm. Serena told me she wants to prepare everything for the baby in advance. After the baby is born, she and the child won't see each other anymore. Evelyn, you and I will stay in the side bedroom for now. The reason I changed the master bedroom into the nursery is because it's bigger and it's easier for the maid to take care of the baby there. Evelyn, I'm doing this for your own good. The baby will cry at night, and I don't want it to disturb you. I lowered my eyes. I was no longer surprised by Vincent's so-called "for your own good" actions. I just wanted to pack my clothes and leave as soon as possible. Where are the clothes and jewelry from my room? Why are they missing? Sister Evelyn, the sound of someone kneeling came with a thud from behind. Hit me, it's all my fault. When the servants were renovating the room, I wasn't paying attention, and they threw your clothes and jewelry into the trash. It's all my fault, it's my own fault. I was despicable, insisting that brother bring me here. I degraded myself and got pregnant with my own brother's child. I shouldn't have come here to disturb you. Serena, her eyes red, slapped herself hard several times. Her tearful and pitiful expression made me feel sorry for her. Vincent could no longer hold back and stepped forward to stop her. Enough. Serena, this isn't your fault. It's all my brother's fault. I was the one who lost control after drinking. His dark, ink-black eyes turned towards me, his tone carrying blame for the first time. Evelyn, it's just some clothes and jewelry. You're not getting any younger. No matter how much you dress up, it won't make you look years younger. Why bother fussing over such trivial things? Just throw them away. If you really care that much, the money for these, you can spend it however you want. He casually tossed a card onto the floor. After speaking, Vincent carefully picked up Serena and comforted her softly. But I clearly remember that when he was with me, Vincent never once lowered his head first. Looking at the black card on the ground, I just felt the 10 years of feelings with Vincent rapidly dissolve before my eyes. He knew very well that among the clothes and jewelry Serena threw away, there were mementos of the 10 years between him and me. But he still indulged it. He crouched down among the shattered glass fragments, piecing together the remaining photos of my parents. I stood up, just about to completely leave this home. Suddenly, a sharp pain struck the palm. The little finger was cut by the glass, and fresh blood immediately started to flow. Vincent, who was originally beside Serena, glanced over and instinctively walked over. Evelyn, do you really have to keep a cold face towards me? Vincent's tone was low, but the tissue slipped past my fingertips with great care. Suddenly, his expression changed. Looking at the diamond ring on my ring finger, his pupils dilated. Evelyn. We haven't had the wedding yet. Where did the ring on your finger come from? I exhaled softly. Just as I was about to tell Vincent the truth, Serena suddenly clutched her chest and gagged. Vincent reflexively picked up Serena and accompanied her to the bathroom to freshen up. He never asked a word about the ring on my hand. I gave a self-mocking smile. After all, in Vincent's heart, his foster sister was always more important. It was me who, knowing their deep bond, still foolishly hoped to win Vincent's heart. Maybe it was because I had waited for so long. On my phone, Ethan sent a question mark emoji. I sighed inwardly, realizing I should cherish the person in front of me. Just as I stepped out the door. Brother, help. In the bathroom, Serena suddenly screamed and slipped. She fell heavily onto the floor. The servants were in chaos, and Vincent, with a grim expression, helped Serena up. At that moment, blood flowed from Serena's lower body. Her body trembled, and she looked at me in disbelief. Sister Evelyn, no matter how much you hate me, you shouldn't hurt my brother's child. Why did you pour all this shower gel in the bathroom? The baby in my belly is my brother's child. I opened my eyes wide in shock. Before I could speak, the servant behind Serena immediately stepped forward. Vincent, I saw it with my own eyes. It was this lady who stayed in the bathroom for a long time, and she personally poured the shower gel on the floor. I can testify to that. Yes, Vincent, who else besides her went into the bathroom? She knew very well that Miss Serena was pregnant and would keep vomiting. She deliberately set a trap in the bathroom. The servants spoke as they surrounded me tightly, almost pushing me down. My eyes reddened as I desperately tried to prove myself. Vincent, I didn't hurt her. I was in the bathroom because I can't eat spicy food. You know, I have a stomach condition, The sharp slap silenced all the words I hadn't yet spoken. Evelyn, you've disappointed me so much. Why would you do this? Vincent's voice was filled with deep coldness. It's because I spoiled you too much, making you think that you could do whatever you want just because of my love. Let's indefinitely postpone our wedding. After speaking, Vincent stood up, picked Serena up, and was about to head to the hospital. Suddenly, a casual footstep sound came from outside the door. My dear wife, haven't you finished packing yet? I've been waiting too long, let me help you. Vincent's expression suddenly darkened when he saw who had arrived. When he saw the diamond ring in this person's hand, his eyes showed even more disbelief. Evelyn, what on earth is going on? Why is this man wearing the same diamond ring as you? Ethan suddenly smiled upon hearing this. His calm gaze collided with Vincent's in the air. Can't you see? This is our wedding ring. Evelyn and I are already married. What did you say? Vincent's expression turned an unprecedented shade of dark. He was about to continue questioning. Ethan's gaze had already landed on my flushed cheeks. His originally lax eyes instantly turned bloodshot. Ethan's cold gaze swept across the room. Intimidated by his aura, the servants, who were just indignantly furious, shrank back, immediately retreating and no longer daring to say a word. I smiled. I intended to take his hand and comfort him by saying I was fine. Unexpectedly, Ethan's gaze suddenly turned cold, and he walked up to Vincent. He glanced at Serena, who was still crying in his arms. The next second, he shook his wrist and punched Vincent right on the bridge of his nose. A crisp sound of bone breaking rang out. Blood splattered everywhere, and Serena screamed in fright, suddenly breaking free from Vincent's embrace. Because it was too sudden. A blood bag, not yet emptied, fell from her lower body. Vincent, who was about to explode with rage, suddenly lost his momentum. Then his face instantly darkened to the lowest point. Serena, how dare you lie to me? He spoke word by word, coupled with the spots of blood on his face. Serena was instantly terrified and lost all composure. She hurriedly knelt on the ground, crying, "Brother, I was confused for a moment too, I didn't mean to frame Evelyn. Although my child is fine, there is a reason why I did all this, because. Serena's anxious gaze fell on the hands Ethan and I were holding, her eyes suddenly lighting up. Yes, brother, it's because of Evelyn. Actually, I've known for a long time that she betrayed you. I wanted to take revenge for you, so I came up with this plan to get back at her. Brother, trust me, Evelyn stopped loving you a long time ago. The fact that she's cozying up to the man beside her now is undeniable proof. Brother, I'm doing all of this for you. Vincent's eyes shifted to me as Serena spoke. Ethan's eyes narrowed, staring as Vincent slowly approached me. Evelyn, as long as you say you don't know this man, I'll believe you. As long as you say you don't know him, I won't hold this punch against him. Vincent looked straight at me. As if he didn't see Ethan, he continued speaking. The ring's on both of your hands, it's just a coincidence, right? He smiled. It must be like this, you love me so much, our 10 years of relationship, how could you abandon me to be with someone else? Or is it Evelyn, that this man was hired by you to act with you? Just now he said you were married to provoke me, right? You win, Evelyn. Vincent suddenly hugged my waist. You've successfully triggered my possessiveness. What happened just now was my fault. I didn't expect Serena to lie to me. Since she hasn't had a miscarriage, let's not mention today's incident. I will immediately send her abroad to rest and take care of the pregnancy. Before the child is born, I promise she won't bother us anymore. This tactic of playing hard to get was well done. Evelyn, I promise that from now on, this family will only have you and me. I swear that once Serena gives birth, I will marry you immediately. Can you let the people you hired leave now? Are you satisfied? Drops of blood fell from Vincent's nose onto my shoulder. Ethan suddenly pulled Vincent away and hugged me. He looked at the bloodstains on my shoulder, his face even grimmer than Vincent's. I comfortingly hooked my pinky finger with his. Vincent watched our interaction, his face turning even more sullen. I looked into his eyes. Vincent, I am really married now. Just yesterday, when you gave up our wedding for Serena, Ethan took your place and became my groom. Before coming back here, we just got our marriage certificate at the Civil Affairs Bureau. Now Ethan and I are legally married. Vincent, stop deceiving yourself. I only came back this time to retrieve my parents' belongings and some of my luggage. That slap just now can be considered the end between us. Ever since you got Serena pregnant, there's no way anything can happen between us anymore. In Vincent's complex and inscrutable gaze, I took Ethan's hand and walked to the door. Vincent, do you still remember the vow you made to me in front of my parents' photo? You said you would never disappoint me. It was you who personally hung my parents' photo in the living room, and now you are the first to betray me. Vincent, I will never believe your vows again. With that, I walked out the door without looking back. This little home that has given me 10 years of memories. Eventually, bit by bit, it fades from my mind. Including the person who caused me pain. In the hospital, Vincent looked at the paternity test in front of him, his face as cold as water. Although he had been mentally prepared beforehand. But when he actually saw the paternity test result showing no blood relation, his heart still ached sharply. It was because of this child who was not his own that he and Evelyn ended up where they are today. He clenched his fists tightly. Suddenly, he smashed the glass beside him into pieces. The strange gazes around immediately turned to look at him. But Vincent didn't care at all at this moment. After Evelyn and Ethan left, he was extremely grief-stricken and grew increasingly suspicious of Serena, disregarding her wishes. He forcibly took her to the hospital for a paternity test. The result was just as he expected. Serena's child was not his at all. It was Serena who, before returning to China, had an affair with her foreign boyfriend, which resulted in the child she has now. Serena tearfully confided in her, saying that she originally wanted to abort the child while abroad, but the doctor told her that because she had multiple abortions before, her uterine lining was now as thin as a cicada's wing. If she forcibly aborted this child, she would never be able to become a mother in the future. She had no choice but to return to China from abroad. Her ex-boyfriend, upon learning that she refused to have an abortion, broke up with her. Serena came back to the country under such circumstances, took advantage of his drunkenness, and had a relationship with him. Vincent was nothing more than a scapegoat Serena found when she returned home. Vincent gave a bitter smile. He couldn't help but recall that his parents had died when he was young. Grandpa sensed his loneliness, so he brought Serena home from the Welfare Institute. He always treated Serena as his own family. So when he found out Serena was pregnant, he didn't have a shred of doubt and only wanted to fulfill his responsibility as a father. Over the years, he and Evelyn had been busy with work and never planned to have children. Although this child came unexpectedly. But he thought Evelyn loved him so much, and was kind and magnanimous. After finding out Serena was pregnant, she would surely understand him and raise the child together with him. After all, he had only unintentionally had relations with Serena. This was not his true feelings. The person he truly loved in his heart was still Evelyn. He thought Evelyn understood him. But he never expected Evelyn to be so resolute in abandoning him. Vincent closed his eyes deeply. As he closed his eyes in deep thought, the operating room light beside him turned green. The doctor, wearing a mask, slowly shook his head at Vincent. "I'm sorry, Mr. Vincent, we couldn't save Miss Serena's baby. The damage caused to the uterus by the puncture for the paternity test was just too severe." Vincent's eyes showed no emotion. "If it's gone, then it's gone. It's not my child anyway. Thank you, doctor." In the operating room, Serena broke down in tears, overwhelmed with grief upon hearing the news. Vincent walked downstairs without a trace of emotion. He thought of the past with Evelyn. In college, Evelyn fell in love with him at first sight. Such an introverted person, when confessing to him, wished her face could deeply bury itself in the hollow of her neck. Vincent had never planned to date in college. But that day, seeing that face flushed red right in front of him, he agreed on a whim. And he spent 4 years with Evelyn. After graduation, he and Evelyn naturally started living together. He originally planned to propose to her after informing Evelyn's parents. But Evelyn's parents suddenly passed away, and after that, her heart was even more absorbed in her work. Vincent never brought up their marriage again. Until this time, Serena became pregnant. He was going to find Evelyn. Tell him the child in Serena's belly is not his at all. Both he and Evelyn were deceived by Serena. Even if Evelyn, in a fit of anger, marries someone else, it doesn't matter. He believes in the 10 years of emotional foundation between him and Evelyn. As long as he apologizes to Evelyn, she will definitely forgive him. He will surely win Evelyn back. Having been together for so long, he believes he knows Evelyn best. He is confident about this. After leaving Vincent, Ethan couldn't wait to take me to Las Vegas. This was the honeymoon destination we had agreed on before. On the world's tallest Ferris wheel, Ethan got down on one knee. With red eyes, he solemnly confessed to me. Looking into his nervous eyes, I knew Ethan had always been uneasy in his heart. We grew up together since childhood. After my parents passed away, Ethan's parents had always taken good care of me. Over the years, Ethan was willing to be my shadow, ready to respond whenever called. He was afraid. Afraid that I only chose him out of spite towards Vincent. He was afraid that I had no feelings for him at all. He saw that I kept looking at him without replying. The disappointment in Ethan's eyes was almost overflowing, yet on the surface, he nonchalantly waved his hand. Evelyn, it's okay if you don't like me. After all, legally, we're already tied together. I am your legitimate husband. No matter if you regret it now or not, I will never divorce you. At the wedding, all my relatives and friends were there, including my parents. I even created a group chat just for my wedding announcements. I almost bought a trending topic to tell the whole world. If you really divorce me, I would lose face. Ethan struggled to hold back the moisture in his eyes. There is no man more miserable than him under the sky. He chased a woman for 10 years. In the end, they got married. But he ended up being a backup for another man. He forced himself to stay strong. He wouldn't give up. From being a shadow to a backup, at least he had made progress. He just couldn't believe that Evelyn would fall for anyone else when there was such a handsome guy in the prime of his life. He, Ethan, wouldn't give any other man a chance. He was secretly cheering himself on. The Ferris wheel rose to its highest point. A warmth spread at the corner of his lips. He saw the person he loved most smiling at him. Fool, you confessed before the Ferris wheel reached the highest point? Ethan's whole face flushed with anger. The next few days, Ethan fully demonstrated how difficult a man who has been overly abstinent can be. He made me unable to straighten my back in bed. Finally, taking advantage of his rest, I went out for some fresh air. Looking at the person in front of me, my expression instantly turned cold. Don't go. I turned around. Vincent immediately became anxious. The calm expression on his face shattered, revealing a deep sense of helplessness inside. He took my hand. Evelyn, give me a chance, I want to talk to you. I have nothing to talk about with you. Vincent frowned. After not seeing each other for a while, he seemed much more haggard. Evelyn, I have already fired those servants who once slandered you. With my influence, they won't be able to find any work in the city from now on. This is one of the compensations I offer you. Seeing me remain indifferent, Vincent continued, Evelyn, we were both deceived by Serena. The child in her womb is not mine at all. She planned to get me drunk so she could rightfully claim me as the father of her child. Vincent suddenly took my hand. Evelyn. Our 10 years together, let's consider it a chance for our past, and a chance for me. I know I hurt you because of Serena. But, isn't that also one of my strengths? I'm willing to take responsibility for what I've done. After your parents passed away, your heart was all caught up in work, and I was very lonely. Evelyn, I have to face family pressure outside, and when I come home, I hope you can be there for me. I admit the matter with Serena was my fault. But Evelyn, if you had taken the initiative even a little over these years, maybe we would have been married by now, and we would have had children. Then what happened with Serena wouldn't have been possible. Evelyn, you clearly share some of the responsibility for this, don't you? I instantly laughed in anger at Vincent's shamelessness. Vincent, after graduating from university, you said your family wouldn't accept me, so you could only have me live with you outside of marriage. I never complained. Even when my parents died in a car accident, I knew I couldn't be a parasite by your side. I also had to protect the inheritance my parents left behind. In those 6 years, I faced countless difficulties at work, but I never once confided in you because I didn't want to add to your stress. But Vincent, 6 years. For a whole 6 years, if you really wanted to marry me, would there have been no chance? I suddenly broke free from his hand. You want me to take the initiative, but it's only because you want me to get pregnant with your child without any official status, so that your family will have no choice but to accept me. But I have my own bottom line. You say you were deliberately framed by Serena, but just like you said, Vincent, we are all adults here. We all know in our hearts whether someone who is truly drunk can consent to sleeping with someone. Stop making pointless excuses. My expression was indifferent. No matter whose child Serena is carrying, the fact remains that you had relations with her. Maybe, from the very beginning, you were just going with the flow. After Serena got pregnant, she tried to please you in various ways, and you didn't refuse, did you? I want you to understand, we are over. The feelings between us have long become a thing of the past. The person I love most now is not you, and as for the compensation you mentioned for dismissing the servants, I don't want it. Vincent, these servants act according to their master's attitude. You know very well who the real culprit is. After speaking, I was just about to go upstairs. Then I turned back. Vincent, if you really want to make it up to me, then find out the real cause of my parents' death back then. Closing the door, I couldn't help but shed tears. After being with Vincent for 2 years, I knew he came from the Gu family, a well-known prestigious family in the city. He was also the only heir among the Gu family's grandchildren. Serena was the child bride personally chosen by Vincent's grandfather. Over the past 10 years, I had been warned countless times by the Gu family. For Vincent, I faced setbacks everywhere in my career. But I never complained in front of him. But what about Vincent? In these 10 years, what has he done for me? Even this wedding was organized solely by me in my spare time from work. Perhaps the mistake was mine from the start. Knowing full well that Serena and he had an ambiguous relationship, I still firmly believed that Vincent's love for me was unwavering. Now it seems it was nothing but infatuation. The next time I saw Vincent was already back in my home country. Ethan and I had long settled down in the city we loved. The next time we met, I was already calm and composed. There was no ripple in my eyes anymore. After all, Vincent and I had been together for 10 years. He saw my peaceful face. He smiled wistfully. Evelyn, before I met you, I always thought I still had a chance. But after seeing you this time, I know you have completely let me go. After being away from you for so long, I have reflected a lot. Maybe you're right, I'm not as responsible as I thought. Otherwise, 6 years ago, I would have married you despite my family's opposition. It was because I didn't cherish you that I lost you. I smiled, reached out to touch my upper abdomen, but said nothing. Vincent's gaze trembled in his palm when he saw my swollen belly. He forced a smile. I haven't even congratulated you on being pregnant yet. Thank you. I accepted it calmly. Is there something you wanted to talk to me about? Vincent's eyes suddenly lowered. After a long while, he finally lifted his head. Evelyn, I'm sorry. Your parents' deaths were because of me. Even though I had long anticipated it in my heart. But suddenly hearing the truth. My eyes still welled up. Is it because I'm with you? Or is it your Gu family's ambition for me? I screamed hoarsely. If I had known from the very beginning that this would be the outcome, I would never have chosen you. If I could turn back time, I would never have fallen for you during that break or confessed my feelings to you. I'd rather be the one to die. I wept bitterly. Vincent's voice made Serena tremble. He just kept repeating himself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Evelyn, I didn't expect this to happen. After I got back, I realized how much pressure you've been under all these years. I hope you'll give me a chance to make it up to you. Vincent's tone was urgent for the first time. I have transferred my shares in the Gu family to you, Evelyn. I know this can't cure your father and mother's illness, but this is the only thing I can do. I hope you can be happy in the days to come. Evelyn, my grandfather has passed away. I have no way to hold the instigator accountable, and I ask for your understanding. My grandfather is the only blood relative I have in this world. Even if he does anything wrong, it's always with my best interests at heart. Evelyn, I hope you can forgive him. A hard slap landed on Vincent's cheek. I almost used all my strength. I spoke word by word. I will never, ever forgive you. Vincent, I never want to see you again in this life. The sky began to drizzle lightly. In a daze, I seemed to see Vincent shedding tears. The roar of a car came from afar. Vincent's expression changed. He suddenly pushed me away. His upper body was instantly run over by the speeding car. Serena was pulled out of the driver's seat by a kind-hearted person. After getting out of the car, she kept cursing wildly at Vincent under the car. It's all your fault. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have lost the only child of my life. You killed my child, making it impossible for me to have the chance to be a mother in this lifetime. You kicked me out of the Gu family, let a bunch of people ruin me. Vincent, you deserve to die. I want to send you, the only heir of the Gu family, to hell. Then the entire Gu family will be mine, ha ha ha. Serena was taken away in a police car, acting crazily. It was through the police that I found out. After Serena was discharged from the hospital, Vincent, who had taken control, removed her from the Gu family. He also froze all the bank cards under Serena's name. Serena had been pampered since childhood, and with no access to funds, it was as if she had fallen from heaven into hell. With nowhere else to turn, she found a way to make quick money. She was just accompanying customers at the bar. One time, she got drunk and was picked up by a group of homeless people. Since then, her mind has been occasionally unclear. Vincent was already dead on the way to the hospital. He kept repeating my name before he died. After Vincent's death, the Gu family's collateral branches and shareholders fought over the family inheritance. The vast family fell apart in an instant. I did not keep the shares Vincent left me. Instead, I donated them to charity. There are people there who need them more than I do. Spring passes and autumn comes. The little one in my belly slowly grows up after birth. One day, we went to pay respects to my deceased parents. My daughter innocently pointed at the tombstone beside my parents. Mom, Dad, can I give this flower in my hand to him? I shook my head with a light laugh. After Vincent passed away, the Gu family was busy fighting over the inheritance, and no one came to handle his body. Only Ethan couldn't bear to watch. Slapping myself while choosing a cemetery for Vincent. The person behind me wrapped his arms around my waist. Still feeling indignant up to now. I want to bury him here, to make him atone before my parents-in-law for the rest of his life. Ethan kept nagging behind me. I have to hear these words again every day when they come to pay respects to me. Holding the hands of my daughter and him beside me, we slowly walked back. The road ahead is long, but fortunately, the ones I love most are by my side.